Hey there, Internet. Welcome to another episode of the John Grave Show. And this week, we're talking about Naruto 667. And just as this thing starts off, we finally can put to rest the debate of who is the guy who's actually out there helping out Sasuke at the moment. And as everybody has kind of said this, because honestly, who is possibly the only other character in the show who isn't wearing shoes at the moment, and that is apparently Kabuto. You know, he's still in his Super Dragon mode, or at least like he's kind of in his Dragon mode, and now is like using one of the dragon tendrils from his weird dragon tail to kind of like go into Sasuke's stomach or chest or whatever, or at least like in his cut wound and feed him chakra and slowly help him out, or at least like, you know, that's what he's doing. And honestly, we do kind of have a little back and forth, a little comedic little thing between him and Orochimaru and Suigetsu and Karen, which honestly, this still honestly kind of bothers me. Honestly, why is Karen still actually, you know, trying, man, to like, or at least like, you know, we've all asked this question at one point or another of why does man she still like Sasuke, because, you know, he did try to have her killed, but you know, I guess we can just kind of throw that up, and no one really brings that up anymore. So really, you know, that is kind of like a very defining moment. However, you know, she does kind of get really protective when she does see the thing in Sasuke's chest, and then honestly, you know, she stops herself. You know, they kind of go over the whole thing of, man, like how possibly Izanami worked, how Kabuto got out of it, and also the whole thing of, man, like how come Karen, she couldn't necessarily recognize him through his chakra. So that is a thing. Then cutting over to like back, and then cutting over to the other side of the field, we finally have our quaint little confrontation between Guy and everybody else versus Madara. And honestly, we do have this a whole little back and forth of them constantly talking about or at least like, or pretty much breaking it down to kind of saying like that the only two things that can hurt Madara at this point is Senju Chakra and Taijutsu. And honestly, and they were planning on swirling a plan around. They used Taijutsu and also used the fourth Hokage's Senju Chakra and try and attack Madara. But seeing as that he doesn't have any arms, that plan is out. So honestly, we leave it up to Guy to honestly open up the gates, which is something that I have been missing that for a good while now, because I haven't really seen it in so long that honestly I was missing it. And it is actually rather nice, man, to kind of see him open up the seventh gate. However, as it goes on now, honestly, I really can't even tell you the difference between any of the gates anymore, aside from the fact that most of the earlier ones, you all the way up into the fourth one, and they make you faster and make you hit harder. The only real difference there is the fact that he has a blue aura around him. Now, as he beats up Madara doing this, they do say that he is a bit unscathed, and the chapter ends with Guy basically saying that he's not going to give up, and that he is going to use open up the very last gate to try and fight Madara, who also Madara said this himself, of the fact that if he's not doing all 8 gates, he's kind of underestimating Madara's power, which as it does seem, because when he did use 7th gate, he wasn't fazed by it. He kind of just looked at him like, is that all you got? You got more? I may take more, and does kind of leave off with that. So honestly, for this as an episode, it did honestly kind of like paint, or honestly, it paints everybody's questions, or at least that it kind of, or at the very least, it feels like that it puts to bed every single mystery in which that we had for what's going to happen within the future of this episode, or at least like, or like in the coming chapters. It does seem to kind of cover everything there and say like, well, now yeah, man, we're kind of finally hitting the final stretches, and we're kind of showing you everything that we have, which is a good thing. But that's kind of what I do feel as if they're gonna happen, unless it's gonna be like a brand new thing which does pop up after they beat Madara, which would be kind of silly. But hey, that's what I gotta say about that. What do you guys think about this chapter? Please tell me what you think down in the comment section. I'll see you guys on the next John Graves show. I am out.